With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The season finale for the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series here from Auto Club Speedway. It's the Goose Graphics 130. The 16 drivers vying for their championship shots. It all comes down to tonight, the final regular season race. Who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? Will we see a fresh face to victory lane? Or will we see yet another repeat winner? Troy Radford looking for his 5th win. Juan Jimenez looking for win number 3. Multiple drivers looking for win number 2. Long night here tonight, 65 laps around this 2-mile track. Temperature out there, pretty hot. These drivers going to be dealing with some slick machines working out of turn number 2 and turn 4 as qualifying's already underway. what do you say we jump to some of those qualifying times over there on the left-hand side of your screen? You can check them out right there. There you have it. Troy Radford sitting top of the speed charts. Quick time for that 94 Lucky Finn Project Chevy Silverado 41.23. The pole position, Brandon Pamatad with a good run. He's going to slide in second. Over 20 drivers here tonight. So those final positions in the playoffs are going to come down to the wire. It's about a, if you think about it, it's about a 2, maybe 3 truck fight between just a couple of drivers. So we'll get to some of that information here in just a moment. Right at about a minute and a half remaining in qualifying, or I apologize, 3.5 minutes. Dave can count, I promise. 65 of James Ott right there in the 8th position. Solid first time lap. We'll see if you can get that 41.82 a little bit quicker here tonight. Thomas Smalling going to take over the top of the speed charts. He's going to put down a 41.03, just 100th faster than that 7 machine right behind him. Cody Giles going to line up in that second spot. They'll bump Radford back to third. And Radford, one of those drivers that can kind of throw a little bit of caution to the wind here tonight. Already locked into the championship playoffs, not by wins. It's not a win and you're getting situation over here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. But he is well above that cutoff line. Thomas Smalling also inside of that top 16. So we'll look for him in the postseason. Brandon Pamatad with a great run here in season number 3. He's already locked in as well. So a good amount of the field already locked into that championship 16. We're going to see what the fight is between these last 3 final drivers. Wes Fuller going to put it 4th on the speed charts. Tyler Rex out there on a burner lap right now. He's going to turn in a 41.67. Jump to 12th on the speed charts. Dustin Franklin, John Garrett, John Goodicum still out there on their qualifying sessions. But, well, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Just a handful of drivers yet to put in their qualifying times. 14 on the speed charts. Thomas Smalling with a quick time tonight. 21 Chevy Silverado sits atop of the speed charts. 41.03 is the pole position. Spencer Teal in the 20 machine. He's out there on track. Thad Failer with a good qualifying effort. John Garrett going to post a 15th place time for his first time lap. We'll see if he can get it a little faster. I know there's a little bit more speed inside of that Fort Worth screen printing eSports machine. John Gutekunst right there in the 41 truck. He's going to go 15th. We'll look for them to have a big lap number 2. Dustin Franklin going to jump into the top 10. Final about a minute and a half here remaining in qualifying. So we'll see how these drivers go. We'll dive into some of those point standings before we head trackside for tonight's national anthem. And get ready to kick things off in the Goose Graphics 130. It's race number 12, the final race tonight in the regular season here for the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. John Garrett going to put it inside the top 10 now. Where does Gutekunst Franklin go? Gutekunst's going to take that 10th spot. Doesn't look like anybody has anything for Thomas Smalling, and Smalling's going to secure that top spot in your pole position here tonight. The 21 truck with a great run. We still got 2 drivers left to go, so we'll see if Juan Jimenez or Zachary Cleek sneaks one in and takes that pole position away. But first, what do you say we get into some of those championship standings? We've seen Spencer Teal put it inside the top 5 just moments ago. 41.14 for Teal. So a good qualifying effort for him. But let's get into some of those point standings. Coming into tonight's race, doesn't look like Medford has made the trip out west here to Auto Club. Neither one of the Medfords are here tonight, so the Falcon Motorsports team down in numbers, but Troy Radford representing that stable well. He's going to start off 5th tonight Your entire top 5 already locked in the playoffs. Go all the way down to Tyler Woodard, and they are all secured in the top 16. Not a chance for them to lose enough points here tonight to fall out of that top 16. But I want to focus. Let's go back here. Thomas Smalling, James Ott, Nathan Estep, Zachary Cleek on the outside. There's a slight mathematical possibility with the field we have here tonight that Cleek can get into that championship 16, but the real battle's right there between Smalling, Ott, and Estep. Each one of those drivers really close to each other in the point standings. Ott just 16 points ahead, 16 points above that cutoff line, so it is very possible for Ott to put that 65 into the playoffs. Smalling could have an issue. Jimenez or Ott, if either any of those drivers, well, looks like Jimenez a little bit out of touch, but Smalling and Ott, if they have trouble, Estep may be able to pounce, and if he was here, that would make it a much better situation. So it looks like your championship 16 already in the bag. So it looks like there it is right there. James Ott will indeed walk his way into the championship playoffs, and we'll get ready to fire that off next week at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, hosting round number 1. And so, well, with a few drivers missing here tonight, that's gonna, as we said, go ahead and lock in that top 16 inter-championship points. Those will be the 16 drivers vying for season number 3's championship. So with that being said and already in the books, we're going to head to a quick commercial break, then trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
So proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
And back trackside. Thanks for joining us here tonight on to Turn 3 Racing Network. Drivers making their way through final pre-race inspection. We're ready to grid up and ready to get things going here tonight in the Goose Graphics 130. What do you say we get a little closer to pit road? Take a look at all those trucks ready to lay down some fast laps here at Auto Club. 65 laps is the official race distance here tonight. Just a handful of more. Looks like 3 to 4 drivers still lined up down there in technical inspection, so we'll let them work their way through. Before we start tonight's race, I want to give a big shout out to Goose Graphics, supporting all of your iRacing simulator and decal needs. Goose Graphics coming on board, sponsoring tonight. A race here from Auto Club Speedway, the Goose Graphics 130, and it sounds like those bells beginning to go off. In the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Goose Graphics 130 right here in the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. Starting inside row number 1, rolling off in the top spot, snatching the pole position, gaining one more bonus point for the playoffs. The 21 of Thomas Smalley. The number 7 of Cody Giles going to line up just to his outside. Mark Parkhurst and Spencer Teal make up row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, Pat Baylor and Troy Radford. Wes Fuller and Brendan Pamitat back in row number 8. All the drivers roll off of pit road, and Brandon Pike will line up inside row number 5 with the four-door screen turning eSports. 66 of John Garrett just to his outside, rounding out your top 10. Back at 11th, Garrett's teammate, the 47 of Dustin Franklin. Can Franklin get to victory lane? We haven't seen him in victory lane here in season number 3. We've seen it in season 2. Can he get the job done here tonight in the regular season finale? Or could we see that 41 of John Gutekunst starting from 12th take it to victory lane? Back in row number 6 here tonight. Row number 7, we apologize. Tyler Woodard in the Woodard Automotive 77. The 4 of Todd Fleet just to his outside. There's James Hoop. Guy Klim back in row 8. Row 9, Tyler Rex, Scott Baker, Jimenez, and Zachary Cleek finish out the field. And that's going to be your running order for tonight's Goose Graphics 130. Face truck in, music fades, and we are green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Auto Club. Driver's going to get on the gas and get up through the gears. Side-by-side racing action all the way through the field. First and second figuring it out through the center of the corner, but they're going to go side-by-side once again down the backstretch. Look at those trucks bouncing. Very bumpy surface here at Auto Club, so we're going to see those cars, I hate to borrow the word from F1, but porpoising a little bit here tonight. Shocks and struts almost into the outside wall. We've seen some sparks fly there. I believe that may have been the 48 of Brendan Pamitat. Just a little scuff of the wall. No harm. 4 wide on the front stretch, entering turn number 1. 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Oh boy. Early action here tonight from Auto Club. Very wide surface. These drivers are able to mix it up quite a bit, but we're beginning to see a long string of trucks up at the high side. Looks like everybody beginning to kind of settle in just a little bit. Stagger step through turns 3 and 4. Everybody chasing after your center. Something's going to lead every lap, and we'll drop that tummy and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Lap number 3 goes on the board. 2 in the bag for Smalley. Cody Giles still sitting in second. Spencer Teal, Pat Baylor all able to gain 1 spot. Mark Parkhurst dropping 2 positions from where he qualified. Close right there between Garrett and Pamitat. Whoa, and Pamitat squarely. Oh, did he miss everybody? Oh my gosh. Did you see that? I mean, we seen that. Did you see that? Brandon Pamitat. He had to have had a heart attack right there. That U.S. Air Force number 48 Chevy Silverado, man, he hit about 15 cars. You can see a little bit of damage on the right side from the contact with the outside wall. We'll take a look at the incident here in just one moment, but man, that could have been very, very bad, and a lot of drivers really lucky on that one. Looks like we do have it queued up, so what do you say we take a look at what brought caution number 1 out here tonight from Auto Club. Oh, and it looked like possibly a little bit of a push may have gone wrong. And did you again? Did you see all of those cars narrowly missing? Let's get one more look here. Yeah, there into the outside wall. There's one. Whoa, a little bit behind the pylon there, but a lot of action here on lap number 3. So we'll jump back with your race leader at the front of the field. Will he bring everybody to pit road? Just a handful of tires down there for these drivers, and it looks like indeed we will have everybody coming to pit road, so tires may be a premium. But I think I'd be trying to stay out just a little bit and look at this strategy play by Zachary Cleek. Cleek about 30, I believe it is 34 points on the outside of that cutoff line looking in. And with a point for leading a lap here, he's going to get himself a little closer, but he's going to have to get a race win and have a handful of drivers have some trouble. Fortunately, Nathan Estep not in the field here tonight. Zachary Cleek could have that opportunity now. He's about the only driver in this field that has the outside chance of making it into that top 16. The 65 has big issues. It may be possible. It's going to be really, really close, but Zachary Cleek definitely going to have to win tonight's race in a strategy call early. I like the call. Only 4 laps difference on the tire, so I do like the call from the pit box of that number 11 machine. He's going to gain 19 spots. Track position going to be key. Aero on these trucks, very big. And I just, I like being able to control the start. I like being in that clean air, and we'll see if Cleek is able to keep it out front. Driver's going to get the one to go this time around, and we will get back. Green flag racing once again here tonight from Auto Club Speedway. And it looks like Pimitat still, well, there he goes. Jack's going to drop, and he's going to roll off of pit road. He's going to be on the lead lap still, so got it down and away in time, and he'll try to catch up to the field. Crew members down there massaging that right side of the 48 U.S. Air Force. The Chevy Silverado. Pimitat looking to get a little bit of body work done. Yeah, and Juan out there in the chat. That's a very good observation, very good catch there. Everybody only in their pit box for about 5 seconds or so, so it doesn't look like anybody picked up one of those few sets of tires. I thought it was going to be a little early for tires, but on these big tracks where you can really run multiple different lanes, you can really eat up the tires. So I wouldn't put it past somebody gambling. But you're putting yourself in a box from that point on as far as race strategy is concerned. So, yeah, everybody only taking fuel. We've seen fuel mileage races multiple times at these 2-mile tracks at Michigan, Chicago. You can see fuel mileage races even there at Homestead. We'll be heading there championship night here in season number 3 in a short 4 weeks. But first, we got to get the Goose Graphics 130 in the bag. The regular season will come to a close. And only driver that may have a shot at taking the regular season championship away from Chris Medford is teammate Troy Radford. Radford still inside the top 10. To the Geico restart zone we go, and on the gas, green flag flies. Once again here from Auto Club Speedway, everybody going to get through the gears, and we'll see how they work out this first lap. Some big, bold moves at the front of the field by that 7 of Cody Giles. Thomas Smalling was looking to make a move to the bottom, decided to go back to the high side. Squeeze He's right in between Zachary Cleek and Thomas Spaulding. Keep that second position for now. Cleek about a lane and a half higher than anybody right now, going through turns 1 and 2 on a single file. Train of trucks at the top of the speedway. Look for these final few to try to get back in line on the high side. Looks like we're going to have a long green flag run ahead of ourselves. Looks like a lot of these drivers are looking to pick off 1 or 2 spots at a time, depending on the runs through the corner. We've got side by side our racing action right here. I believe that is between Spencer Teal and John Garrett. Teal going to lay down the fastest time in the 65. And James Ott says, not today. I'll take that. 41:17 fast time in a race trim here tonight. Inside of that top 16 in the championship standings. Will stay nose to tail at the front. Zachary Cleek shows the way. You know, I do want to give a big shout out to this guy right here, Spencer Teal, the Georgia native in the Pro Cup racing experience. Chevy Silverado has been quick since he unloaded fast times in happy hour, quick on 5 and 10 lap run averages. Had a great qualifying effort, dropped 3 spots from the start, but still inside the top 10. Look for Spencer Teal to be at the front. By the time we get to the end of tonight's race, he's going to keep it a little bit higher on the track, trying to run in those tire tracks over 94. Project machine just off in front of him, and Parkhurst with some problems. Mark Parkhurst into the outside wall. Parkhurst has some issues, has some problems. Going to be a little bit slow. The Woodard Automotive 77 machine going to make his way by, so Tyler going to move into the top 12 position. Parkhurst now going to drop back to 13th. Battling in front of your race lead, changing hands. Zachary Cleek going to get past not just by the Martin Sports number 7 machine of Cody Giles, but also, look at that, iRacing lead calculator number 42, Thad Failer, making a big jump up through the field. He's now going to take that 3rd spot. You can see a big move to the outside for Smalling. Thomas Smalling going to put that Pro Cup racing experience 21 Chevy Silverado to the top of the speedway in a hurry. Look at him hanging it out right there. He is running the Larson lineup I've ever seen. If we got a camera on that right rear, I bet you it is about, I don't know, about maybe 6 inches or so away from the outside wall. I mean, look how much higher he is running through the corner. He is up there above the final seam on the track. That is absolutely hanging out early here at Auto Club. Hanging it out. I don't want to say sideways, but he is hanging it out. Wes Fuller in the 35. He's into the outside wall. Wes Fuller contact with the outside wall. Going to keep it up there at the top of the speedway in the outside wall, and he's going to lose a ton of momentum and a ton of ground. Juan Jimenez in the 22 machine. Juan looking to close in. Just a nice little run here tonight for Juan, the only Toyota in the field. He's going to try to make sure that doesn't have any problems, just hanging out in the back, letting things unfold. We've seen this happen multiple times over multiple races for Jimenez this season. Just kind of buys time, but he's there when he needs to be, and we've got trouble. Todd Luke of the Ford machine going to be coming to rest in the grass, and oh, we got one more around. Looks like Scott Baker in the 5 backwards as well. Smoke boiling from the hood. So I tell you what, let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see what happened. Oh, and a little bit of contact there. It was contact off of turn number. Oh my gosh. Did you see the hard contact there? I believe Scott Baker, Todd Cleek, and I'm trying to think who that was right there. That was some big time hits. See if we've got another angle of that one. Can we catch that one more time? Let's see if we've got it. And that is not the camera, boys. There it goes. And oh, there, man, that is a big time hit. So, trouble on the track here from Auto Club. Second caution of the night will fly, and drivers will come to pit road. This time around, Cody Giles going to lead the parade of trucks down pit road. Will we see him take tires this time? 14 laps in, a handful of drivers got to be trying to fix up their machines, or they will burn that one and only fast fix. So as drivers bring their machines to the attention of the crew, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. Stay right here. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Back for the Goose Graphics 130 just after the restart. Everybody takes fuel only once again. Cody Giles going to give up the race lead as Thomas Smalling drops down to the bottom of the speedway in turns 3 and 4. He'll grab the top spot back again and get back to right where he qualified. Your pole sitter going to lead that lap. And we've got a handful of drivers mixing up right around that 7th and 8th position. We'll watch that battle unfold, but look at this 94 of Troy Radford. He is coming to the front and coming to the front in a hurry. Tell you what, we've got an onboard camera shot. Let's jump on board and ride with the Lucky Finn Project driver. Let's jump on board here with Troy Radford. There you can see the Duncansville, Pennsylvania Lucky Finn Project Falcon Motorsports. Chevy Silverado driver tucked in line right behind that number 7 Martin Sports Hero Tech Solutions Chevy Silverado of Cody Giles Radford, sitting in third now, up 3 spots from where he qualified, and a handful of drivers right behind him. I tell you what, why don't we take a look back off of the right rear spoiler? Well, we'll go to the front. I tell you what, let's go to there we go, guys. Appreciated a lot of great onboard camera shots. Want to give a big shout out to Radford and the Falcon Motorsports crew for allowing us to come and put a lot of these onboard camera shots here with Radford as he vies for the regular season championship. We'll see if he can walk out of here as your regular season champion, just 10 points behind his Falcon Motorsports teammate Chris Medford. Medford not here tonight, so it's very possible that we will have a new regular season champion as we get set for playoff racing next week at Pocono. And let's jump back outside the trucks, watch all the action unfold. Drop that. Time means scoring to the left-hand side of your screen as we reach lap number 20. Just about a third of the race already in the bag. We heard word in the chat over there on the YouTube side of things. The 22 truck hurt contact with the outside wall. He's going to need a strategy play to try to walk away with a race win here tonight. We'll see what Jimenez and his crew has up their sleeve. 3 wide, a little bit further through the field. I believe that may be Spencer Deal looking for a position on the bottom of the racetrack. And yes, it is the number 20 machine looking to get around the 35 of Wes Fuller. Then you can see Zachary Cleek right behind him. Tyler Woodard, Todd Cleek just in front. Teal looking to get back inside the top 10 where he was running a little bit earlier here tonight. Teal with a fuel-only stop, but it was on in his pit box a little bit longer than the rest of the drivers, so he's going to lose a lot of time on that pit stop exchange. Close battle a little bit further up through the field. Let's take a look right here at Mark Parkhurst going at it with Dustin Franklin. Franklin right there behind him. Tyler Rex in that 84 machine just right behind them, running the tire tracks. How about the good recovery by Brandon Pamitat, that U.S. Air Force number 48, knocking on the door of the top 5 once again. We'll see if Pamitat can get back up there. Your top 3 remain the same. Thomas Smalling shows the way. Cody Giles sits in second, and Troy Radford rounds out those podium spots for now. Thad Baylor looking to get that iRacing lead calculator 42 machine into victory lane for the first time this season. And although we're single file, just one misstep by any of these drivers inside of your top 5, and the guys behind them will absolutely pounce. You can look at a lot of bouncing going on out of the front end of these machines. Splitters bouncing off the pavement, going down that back stretch as John Gutekunst looks to the inside of Brandon Pamitat. That's going to be a pass for position. Gutekunst looking to take that 7th spot away, and now the 41 looks for more. He's going to close in and grab 6 from Parkhurst, and now Pamitat going to lose that spot to Parkhurst. Shuffle 4 positions, and after burning the fast fix, the number 4 down on the bottom of the racetrack, Todd Cleek back inside the top 10. And we've got a caution on the speedway. We've got more trouble on the track. More trouble on the track. Looks like the 5 of Scott Baker has had a motor expired. You can see smoke coming out of the back end. Or I apologize, that's Tyler Rex right behind him that the smoke's trailing from. Let's go back. Let's try to work out here. Let's see if we can't find something. We can see, there it is, Failer just a little, the engine just lets go, going through turns 1 and 2. He gets down to the bottom of the racetrack, but fluid on the track, and the caution flag flies early here tonight for the 3rd time at Auto Club Speedway. Back at the front with Thomas Smalling. I believe we'll see a parade of truck drivers down to pit lane with just 40 laps to go. Look for these drivers to get some fresh Goodyears and try to make it to the end from there. I believe they're going to have one more set of tires in the pit box. So you can take the set now. We're close to that halfway point. Just a handful of laps really away from the halfway point. About, what is that? Less than 10, let's call it. Less than 10 laps away from the halfway point. So good time to get those fresh Goodyears. We'll see who gets those fresh rubbers and who's willing to stay out or just get gas only. And yeah, once again, the long train of drivers going to come down pit road. Everybody going to come down pit road. Juan Jimenez looking to try to stay out, get a lap led. So as the field hits their pit boxes, we'll jump on track. The race leader. There you can see heavy damage down the right side of that number 2 truck. Juan Jimenez going to lead a lap. He's going to stay out. I'm not sure if he's going to stay out this time around. Maybe coming down pit road. Maybe just a little power play for a bonus point. We'll have to see how it all works out. And timing scoring is going to tell the tale, and Cody Giles going to win the race off of pit road. But it's a fuel-only stop for that 7 truck. Looks to be maybe right sides and fuel for the 4 of Todd Cleek, but the rest of the field taking 4 fresh Goodyear tires. And I said this may be the time to play that strategy, possibly keep an extra set in the bag a little bit longer than the rest of the field. We get a quick caution here. You got the advantage of the fresh rubber, but you're not going to have the track position. And here comes Cody Giles. Giles going to come right down pit road and possibly be looking for 4 Goodyear tires. Todd Cleek going to stay out, and he's going to assume the race lead. So from mowing the grass, doing some landscaping here tonight, that for Ford at the front of the field now. Todd Cleek will lead us back to the green flag. iRacing pace car lights are off. We're going to get double file. We're going to get set to fire things off once again here tonight in the Colonial Clash Racing Trucks Series. The Goose Graphics, a 130 big time shout out to Goose Graphics coming on board this season, sponsoring a handful of races. Also want to give a big time shout out to a Pro Cup Racing Experience. Also one of the sponsors here in season number 3. Pro Cup Racing Experience provides an exciting opportunity to drive a real race car that's competed on some of the fastest and top Star Car Series circuits. If you're looking for a good time, you want to see how fast you can go, well, it's all up to you. Look no further than Pro Cup Racing Experience. You can find them at www.procumprace.com. Once again, that's www.procumprace.com. 7 of Giles didn't like the strategy claw. He's going to come get 4 fresh Goodyears, but he will start deep in the field in 18th. Pace car ducks off. We roll to the Geico restart zone. Wait for it, and away we go. Green flag flies. Well, once again, to hear from Auto Club Speedway. Cleek with a good jump on the field, even with those old tires. But here comes those freshies looking fast for Radford, the Lucky Finn Project. 94 Chevy Silverado. A little wiggle through the corner. We got 3 wide now. 3 wide, make that 4 wide down the back stretch. Drivers trying to get by that number 4C of Todd Cleek. And a little bit of a sitting duck right here with the strategy call. Cleek just going to try to hang on as much track position as he can, but battle for the race. Slide job at a turn number 4. And he's going to take that top spot back away. Radford with a crossover and will beat him back to the line. A crossover inside look now for Smalling. Will we see another slide job through turns 1 and 2? Up the track now he goes. There it is. Slider. And it's done. Radford looked like he was going to try and crossover. Not going to be there. He's going to be boxed in by Thaler. Thaler now to the inside of Radford. Looking to take the top spot. It's Slide Job City here tonight from Auto Club Speedway. Thaler is clear. Does he have enough room to slide up? No, not going to be able to slide up. We'll stay side by side for the race lead. 42 on the inside with Smalling leading the charge. He'll cross the line and keep that lap to himself. Radford way up high on entry to turn number 1 right there. He's going to lose a little ground to the 2 drivers fighting for the top spot in front of him. Thaler and Smalling going at it. Straight jab, left hook, counter shot. Look at this action right here at the front of the field. Side by side racing action back down into turn number 3. Thaler at the bottom. Smalling's going to lose a little ground on the high side. But here comes the momentum crossover. It's going to be contained. And that Thaler going to go top of the speed charts. Thaler going to lead that lap. Big run on the front stretch though. 21 of Smalling looks back to the high side. Look at those two at the top of the speedway. Smalling and Radford up there running where nobody else is at. You talk about run where they ain't, where there it is right there. He says, all right, you want the high side? Well, I'm going to go to the higher side. And he's running just above that final seam on the track, making a ton of time. And making a ton of time on the bottom of the racetrack. Don't sleep on this guy, the U.S. Air Force, number 48 of Brendan Pambatat. Talk to me, Goose. Can he get into the top 3? As we watch Radford duck down to the bottom of the racetrack, he's going to look for that second spot. Here comes John Garrett with a run. He's going to close in on the tail end of the 48. Oh my goodness, great racing action here on lap number 32, just at that halfway point here tonight in the Goose Graphics 130, brought to you by the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tell you what, while you're here, while we're at it, while it's fresh on our minds, if you like the racing action here tonight, you can find them each and every Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy the racing action that they provide week in, week out. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there at the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Great racing action 7 days a week. When you need your adrenaline fix, don't worry, we got you into the outside wall. And it's going to catch another. Thad Thaler going to scrape the outside wall. Thomas Smalling scraping the outside wall just in front of him. And that's going to allow Troy Radford to take the point back once again. And now Pambatat says, I ain't done yet. He's going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack and take that second spot away. Not going to clear him off of the corner exit. And he's going to lose a little bit of ground. And here comes last week's race winner. We got to talk to him for the first time in Victory Lane, inside of that dead parrot rum. Forward screen printing esports machine. John Garrett looking to go back-to-back visits to Victory Lane, Kinda 66. Pick up a handful of spots. He's right there running it fourth. Now looking to the inside of Thomas Smalling. Big runs on the bottom, and Pambatat will clear that 21 machine, but will he have enough to get up the track and in front of him? Yes, indeed, clear, but not by much. Here comes a crossover, and Cody Giles shot out of a cannon. Where'd he come from? Troy Radford, biggest race lead of the night, and it is less than a half a second. That's how fast these drivers are. They are all over each other. Juan Jimenez down one lap already. Field behind him, closing in a tough run here tonight in the season finale for Jimenez, and that 22 doesn't look like he's going to be able to put his machine back in victory lane, so Jimenez will close out the regular season fighting for those Tundras. He's about the only Toyota driver each and every week we hit the track, and he's represented him well. Jump from the control tower into the truck. 2 race wins this season, and he's going to fight for season number 3 championship when we head to Pocono. We'll get into some of your playoffs and post-season information here in just a little bit. We'll let things kind of unfold on track as they go right now. Thomas Smalling, after contact with that outside wall, John Garrett going to look to the inside. Smalling's been struggling a little bit with the pace. May have pancaked that right side just a little too much. Let's see Jimenez down at the bottom of the racetrack trying to stay out of the lead packs away. Cody Giles running that inside lane. He's going to get a little bit of a draft, and here's Garrett trying to sniff some draft and try to take, oh my gosh, trying to take that second spot away, and he's going to come right across the nose of that 21 as Smalling looks to the middle of the racetrack now. Oh, and Pamitat into the outside wall. That's what you got to be careful about. Running that extreme high line, that Larson line, the high, wide, and handsome Harry Gant moniker. It's really fast, but if you overstep it that little bit, you can find yourself in trouble, and Pamitat was inside the top 5, and now he's back to the position, and that Failer gonna catch a piece of it off of 4. That'll spread us out, put us 2, 3, almost 4 wide, 3 wide once again. Spencer Teal at the bottom. My goodness, there is crazy on track here tonight as we work off of turn number 2 halfway down the backstretch. Lap number 39 on the board. We'll get lap 40 this time around. Already past the halfway point, so what do you say? We try to give you some driver highlights and spotlights, get to your mid-race report. It's going to be a fluid changing thing here, so bear with us as we run down your top 5. Troy Radford with the biggest lead of the night, 3/4 of a second over Cody Giles. So for now, the man with the most wins this season, looking for his 5th win and rolling off into the playoffs on a high note. Troy Radford shows the way. Sitting in second, 7 Martin Sports Girotech machine of Cody Giles. He's been quick all night. Qualified second, back a running second. Great job here tonight, but under fire from the man running in third. The Tyler, Texas native, the Fort Worth screen printing esports driver, John Garrett, looking for that second spot now, and it looks like he's going to grab that. So move John Garrett into second. You can check him out from his cockpit and his view. You can go on and find a lot of great racing action from the Fort Worth screen printing esports driver John Garrett. You can find him at John T. Garrett on Twitch. Once again, that's John T. Garrett on Twitch. We're going to move on back to the 4th place runner now, the Newport native out of New York. Your pole sitter here tonight, Thomas Smalling, in a Pro Cup Racing Experience 21 machine. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. He's been struggling just a little bit on the pace after the contact with that outside wall, but at a solid 4th position, can Smalling get back to the front and back to where he qualified. Rounding out your top 5, another New York native looking to have a fine run here tonight. He's back to a top 5 position. U.S. Air Force number 48 of Brandon Pamitat, looking for another podium, looking to continue that momentum into the postseason and into Pocono. that's going to be it. That's going to be your driver highlights and spotlights, your top 5 rundown, your mid-race report. Looks a little something like this. 20 drivers took to the track here tonight. We have still got all 20 out there running with only 19 left on the lead line. Only Jimenez has had trouble to relegate him off of the lead lap. He's going to be listed 2 laps down on the field here tonight. So a bit of a struggle in the regular season finale for Jimenez as we work to under 25 to go. John Garrett is looking for the race lead. Crazy finish last week at Daytona. Looks like we're in store for another crazy finish. We have 4 drivers within a half a second of each other, all fighting for the checkered flag, all looking to walk away with, well, in baseball terms, a walk-off home run. Look for the final checkered flag of the regular season here in season number 3. And your top 4, they've already been to victory lane, so they are familiar with how to get there. And Garrett ride the wave of momentum and go back-to-back visits the victory lane and try to carry it into Pocono and have a three-peat at the tricky triangle. And there's a driver I particularly like at the triangle. I'm not going to put his name out there. We're going to have to just see how it unfolds for him. Don't want to jinx him too early because the playoffs. Talk about a brutal, rough playoff run. We've talked about it all night. We haven't really got into the details. Season number 3's playoffs, 16 drivers making the cutoff. We will eliminate 4 drivers every race for the next 4 races. We head to Pocono. Then we will drop for the top 12. We'll go at it at Hot Atlanta Speedway. Round 2 in season number 3's championship run, and we will whittle the field down to 8. We head to the Monster Mile, the Concrete Jungle, Dover International Speedway. Round number 3, the final cutoff race to set up your championship 4 at Homestead Miami Speedway. So very different tracks coming up in the playoffs. And you're going to have to be on your game every week for the next 4 weeks. It's almost championship time. But first, we're going to have to crown a race winner tonight. Cody Giles going to take it back to the top of the scoring pylon. Big run in push out of that 21 of Thomas Smalling. And now Smalling looking for the race lead. He's got the numbers down on the bottom. Draft help. A little bit out of shape there. John Garrett with a little bit of a bump draft from behind. Look to upset that 66 truck. But oh, we got drivers coming to pit road. Drivers to pit road this time around. Smalling, Radford, Pamitat, all to pit road. 4 drivers behind him coming down to pit road. Dustin Franklin, John Gutekunst, Tyler Rex. All to pit lane this time around. This could be the final stop of the race, so you gotta be careful. No pit road penalties. Back to the front of the field. Will your race leader pit this time by? Last time everybody was on pit road. Lap number 25, lap number 26. We work our way around the track. Lap number 48. So not quite 20 laps, but we have less than 20 laps remaining here tonight. It's going to be a barn burner to the end. And it looks like Cody Giles, Parkhurst, and Teal all work their way off of pit road. John Garrett, he's going to stretch this thing on out. He's going to stay out on the racetrack trying to catch a handful of drivers all 1 lap down. There you can see him putting Smalling and Pamitat a lap down. Can he put Troy Radford a lap down? This is going to be key. If he can keep the momentum, he's going to put Radford a lap down. But yet, he still has to make that pit stop. How much time is he giving up now, though, on these old tires? We'll look to see if the dead parrot rum 66 machine makes his way to pit road. Indeed, the full screen printing esports driver will make his run to pit road, so John Garrett will pit from the race lead. And that's going to put everything back in order. Cody Giles, Thad Failer going to go at it. Failer going to take that top spot by pitting 4 laps before the field. Thad Failer with a big race lead, 1.5 seconds back to Troy Radford, who sits in third. Giles going to try to get up through the gears and up to speed and keep himself right there in touch with Radford. Giles now going to sit in the 4th spot. But as the field will pass by John Garrett, who looks like left side's in the air. Down and away, and Garrett rolls off of pit road, but he's going to lose a ton of track position. So from battling for a spot inside the top 3 to outside of your top 10. John Garrett, the strategy doesn't seem to be working at this moment, but a late race caution, it'll change it all. We'll see how it all unfolds here under the last 16 laps. Green flag racing since lap number 24. A heck of a run for all of these drivers. Again, the iRacing lead calculator. Sponsor number 42, Chevy Silverado, making it to victory lane for the first time this season. Failer going to cross the line, lead another lap, and we're down to just 15 remaining here from Auto Club. A little bit spread out at the front over the course of the past 3 laps. Troy Radford has been able to cut that race lead in half. What was 1.4 seconds, now under a half a second. Radford is on his way, and on his way in a hurry. We'll jump back to Cody Giles right here, sitting in third for the moment. He's got Thomas Smalling right behind him. Man, look at the run Smalling gets through the corner. He is absolutely laying it out there. Radford going to look for the top spot. He's going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. Troy Radford looks for the race lead off of turn 3. He'll slide up the track, and he'll take, or off of turn 4. He'll take the top spot, and Radford goes back to the point once again with only 13 to go. We visited your Season 3 regular season standings coming into tonight's race. It was a battle for the final spots inside the top 16. Zachary Cleek, the only driver in the field with a chance and opportunity to work his way into that top 16. James Ott, he's had some trouble. He is fallen well behind the field on the lap count. The 65 Silverado stuck on pit lane, but Zachary Cleek is sitting in 12th, up 8 positions. He's doing what he can, but he's a little bit off pace here. There you can see that 11 machine trying to reel in John Garrett, but that is over a second and a half away, and Cleek finds himself 12 seconds behind in a must-win situation. Zachary Cleek gonna need some help from the racing gods. He's gonna need a late race caution flag. We'll see if it can happen, but it doesn't look to be going the way that Cleek may have wanted here tonight. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Cody Giles going to make his way around Thad Failer, take that second spot away, and here comes Thomas Smalling to the high side. Smalling going to take that third spot away, so Failer from first, now back to fourth, and Mark Parkhurst looking to make his way around and in to a position to fight for a podium. 10 laps now remain in the regular season for the 1776 Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. You're watching season number 3, race number 12, the Goose Graphics 132. Want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you out there in TV land for joining us here tonight. Great racing action all night long. 3 quick cautions here tonight from Auto Club, but that has set up a long green flag run, potentially to the end of tonight's race. Radford up there hugging that outside wall, all but riding on it. There's distance between him and his truck and the wall, but not very much. You can see, oh my gosh, even right there on entry to turn number 1, very high on the racetrack. Giles trying to do all he can to grab that spot. Now, how about the BJ's number 23? How about the shout out for this guy right here? The New Hampshire native looking to secure a podium spot. He's going at it back and forth. They'll swap that third and final spot. Parkhurst and Smalling going at it for the final spot in the podium in the final regular season race here in season number 3 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Can Parkhurst get the job done and start to build a little bit of momentum? We'll have to see. He is in to the postseason, locked in coming into tonight's race, so he can just send it if he wants. We'll have to wait to see what that 23 does right now. For the moment, running in 4th. There's been a battle and a changing of the guard at the front. How about these two going at it? And Cody Giles takes the top spot back once again. Troy Radford going to sit now in that second spot with 7 laps to go this time around. They have themselves a little bit of separation from 3rd and 4th, so we've got 2 trucks battling for the top spot and 2 trucks battling for the final spot on the podium. Close, tight battle just outside of your top 5 as well. Let's go back here. Take a look at this one unfold. Thad Baylor, Dustin Franklin, Brandon Pike. All right there running with each other. Pike, your fastest Ford in the field. The Money Lion, 62. We're going to have a solid night here tonight in Pike with a fairly decent run here. Just outside of your top 5, sitting in that 8th position, able to gain 1 spot throughout tonight's race from where he qualified. So heading in the right direction, but just needing a little bit more turn out of that 62. Thad Failer, Dustin Franklin going to go at it right here for 7th and 8th on the speedway. Wes Filler looking to run down Zachary Cleek for the 12th position. We'll watch that battle through the timing scoring here as we got a battle for the 6th and 7th position. Top spot, not much has changed with the 5 to go. Cody Giles going to lead by a half a second. Radford falling off pace just a little bit. About a 10th off of the time turned in by Giles at the front of the field. Mark Parkhurst now solidly in that 3rd position. I say solidly because he's got himself a 4/10 of a second advantage. They were switching and swapping that 3rd spot for a handful of laps, but now able to gap himself from Smalling. Parkhurst takes over that 3rd and final spot on the podium. Little bit of a wiggle out of that 21 truck. You can see the tail end a little light as we worked our way off of turn number 4, so it looks like the fast time in qualifying will not earn Smalling a podium finish here tonight. Your pole sitter sitting in 4th with just 4 to go. Three laps remaining this time around. We'll jump back up front with your race leader, Cody Giles, going to show the way off of turn number 4. A little bit of contact with the outside wall there by Radford, but he's got plenty of time to spare, and it looks like he has Looks like Bradford's waved the white flag. It looks like he's content with just walking away second because, man, walking away at this point. Gonna have just about a 2-second lead by the time we get back to the green flag and see the popsicle sticks on display. The 2 to go will come out this time around for Giles, but Cody just walking away at this point. Now that race lead indeed over 2 seconds, so maybe put it in cruise mode as Radford, the Lucky Phantom Project number 94, will walk out of here tonight from Auto Club as your regular season champion. He will gain enough points here tonight to take that top spot in the point standings. For the first time this season, Chris Medford will not lead the points, but a Falcon Motorsports teammate will. They have dominated those top 3 spots in the points championship all season long. Look for those drivers to be very fast come playoff time next week at Pocono. But first, we got 4 more corners to go. This time, back across the stripe. White flag in the air. Final lap here tonight from Auto Club Speedway and the Goose Graphics. 130, Cody Giles, 2.2 clear. He will walk away with the checkered flag. Only 3 corners to go. And yeah, I mean, if he ran out of gas, that'd be about the only thing that's going to keep Giles out of victory lane. Radford's going to have his hands full, though, with Parkhurst. Parkhurst looking to gain a positioning grab. Second away. It's going to be a tight battle between those 2 drivers. We'll try to watch that battle for 1 second, and there's your race leader off of turn 4 for the final time here tonight. Shaking it and wiggling it. Shake and bake here at Auto Club. I tell you what, it looks like he may be heading to the Catalina wine mixer after this one. Walking away with the checkered flag. Girotech Martin Sports, number 7 of Cody Giles, parks it in victory lane. What a race. What a night for that 7 crew. Gonna walk away with a race, a win. Troy Radford gonna finish in second with Mark Parkhurst rounding out your podium. Man, what a cool down lap. Oh, you can see drivers drifting it around out there tonight. And everybody gonna pull to pit road and give this man his credit where credit is due. Smoke show in order for the fans in the stands that came to see a great race here tonight from Auto Club Speedway. And as your race winner enjoys his celebrations, we're going to step away from the track, get things ready to go for your post-race interviews. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your race winner, Cody Giles. And thanks for staying with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for your post-race show here tonight from Auto Club Speedway at the conclusion of the Goose Graphics 130. We've got your podium drivers, and what do you say we dive right into it? Let's jump down trackside. Let's see if we can have a few words with the man that walked away third here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up that 23 machine of Mark Parkhurst. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after finishing out the regular season on a high note, walking away with third here tonight? Yeah, we were going to mention the playoff standings with you. You came into tonight's race sitting in 6th in points. Not going to gain a ton as far as that's concerned, but you're sitting in a good position going into the playoffs. With it being 4 drivers eliminated each and every week, what's your thoughts on these final 4 races? I know you said you got a handful of good tracks for you. Which tracks do you think are going to play to your hand, and which ones would we see you have to really get after it?
Super speedway style of racing. But I've had pretty solid runs at Pocono. I've won in the trucks at Dover before and had a few solid runs at Homestead lately. So I'm pretty excited. I just got to make it past the first round. I've never made it past the first round in this league due to things out of my control. So I'm just hoping to make it past that first round.
Well, hopefully coming into that first round with a solid spot in the point standings, hopefully you, I don't want to say lock yourself in per se, but hopefully you get yourself a little bit of a buffer and we see you in round 2, but not to take anything away from what you accomplished here tonight, Mark. Heck of a run, heck of a qualifying effort. You're going to finish right where you started, right in third after a little bit of a rough go in the first part of tonight's race. But before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the evening, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I got to thank my mom. She supports all my races. I got to thank my teammates at 1776. I always have so much fun running with them on Wednesday nights, and they help me learn a lot about the track. I got to thank our sponsors, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Girotech, Goose Graphics, iRacing League Calculator, Oot Renovations, Pro Cup Racing Experience, Woodard Automotive, and Circle B Diecasts. And I got to shout out any of my friends that were watching this race because I told them I was going to run like crap tonight and ended up with the 3rd place, so I'm pretty satisfied.
Well, that's a ha in your face. No, just kidding. Mark, as always, man, pleasure catching up with you when we can, and we'll see if we can catch up with you again over these next Championship 4 races in store.
I hope so, man. Hope to talk to you next week at Pocono.
We'll be there. I hope to see you there. All right, there you have it. Final words from Parkhurst as he parks the truck in the podium spots. He's going to finish out the regular season with a third spot, give himself a little bit of momentum heading into Pocono next week for round one in the championship. But now let's get to a driver that walked away with second inside of that Lucky Finn Project number 94 machine. Let's see if we can't talk to our good friend Troy Ranford. It's Dave. How you doing, man?
Hey, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
Same as always, and you're pretty much doing the same as always, talking to me at the end of one of these things, huh?
It's been a good season.
Absolutely, man. 4 race wins on the season for you as we get set to head into the playoffs with your teammate missing here tonight. He's missing in action. I don't know what happened to those Medford boys, but Falcon Motorsports still going to walk away with the regular season championship. Congratulations on getting that sewed up here tonight. Where do you go from here? What's the strategy for these final 4 races, knowing that 4 drivers are going to drop out each week?
So it's scary, man. So actually, as for the regular season championship, I don't know if I got it or Chris got it because the points are kind of weird. It's showing us that both tied, but then he has 5 more points than me. So I really don't know what's going on there. But moving into the playoffs, it's terrifying because you got to look at every single race. You're looking to lose 4 people every single race. So, you just have one bad thing happen and you're done. So that's a very scary prospect with some of the guys that we have in here, really, really talented, fast racers. And yeah, it's a little scary.
Well, Troy, those 4 races in store, Pocono, Atlanta, Dover, and then championship night at Homestead. If it was me, I'd be circling Dover as the trouble track, but which one of those tracks do you have on your radar as the one that you're going to have to, I don't want to say tiptoe, but you're going to have to be a little more cautious?
So Dover, you're more likely to get in a wreck traditionally. However, Pocono is going to be one of those ones because a new Pocono in this truck is heavy, heavy, heavy draft. So it's going to be real easy for people to be ultra aggressive. So that's honestly kind of the more of a fear for me. I mean, Dover, it is what it is. You're either going to have a great race or you're going to have a cluster. But Pocono it's like having another Daytona now.
Yeah, with the new draft on these cars, or trucks, I should say, especially at those big open flat tracks, as Pocono kind of is, I would expect, the draft to be very big and agree with you on the aggressiveness. Drivers on the outside looking in going to be a little bit more aggressive, but nonetheless, we'll see if we can talk to you all the way throughout this championship run and see if we can catch up with you at Homestead. But again, before we let you go here tonight, congratulations on a solid season, your debut season here in the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. So job well done, my friend. And before we let you go, you know the drill. Mike's yours.
Of course, first of all, a big congratulations out there to Cody. He just did a better job saving tires. I mean, just, absolutely smoked me there at the end. So great job by Cody. And, just thanks all the Falcon teammates as well as Lucky Finn Project, Evidence Based Mommy. You guys have the Turn 3 Racing Network, National Kidney Foundation. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much.
All right, well, Troy, again, congratulations. Always a pleasure, bud. And we'll see if we talk to you next week. I'd probably bet on it, but we'll have to see how it all shakes out. Troy, again, congratulations. Stay safe and keep it fast.
Yep, thank you.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the man that finishes second here tonight, but by our calculations is going to walk away with the regular season championship. We'll have to see if all the math really works out to be exactly what we believe it to be. But nonetheless, walking away 4 race wins on the season, Troy Radford heads off into the postseason as your win column leader. We'll see if the Lucky Finn Project 94 can continue this great run here in season number 3. And that's going to move us right on along. We'll see if we can get to your race leader down there, Victory Lane, celebrating the night away, popping champagne bottles and all on top of that 7 truck. Cody, get on down from there and talk to us, man. What's up? How you feeling after that win?
Feeling pretty good, man. Feeling pretty good. I wasn't really expecting going into the night in Victory Lane, that's for sure.
Well, Cody, yeah, you got to victory lane. You were able to utilize the tires a little bit better than the rest of the field. It looked like tires kind of came into factor out during that long green flag run and pit stop exchange. But even though you walk away with the final win of the regular season, how are you feeling about these playoffs? We've asked your fellow competitors. They seem pretty confident. How confident are you moving in to this short run for the championship where we drop 4 drivers each week?
Very confident. Very confident. I know Pocono next week is going to be probably our biggest task next week going into Pocono. I've ran there before. I've had some experience at that track. It's very technical, very challenging, especially with the trucks. So next week, with this momentum going into tonight with the win and stuff. So next week, we'll have a big momentum swing for Pocono and Atlanta, Dover, and Homestead. Pretty much going to be confident about those tracks. They're very challenging tracks, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to try to be really aggressive to try to get that spot to go into the next round. So that's something that I'm going to keep my eye on more than anything, really, is I know how it's going to get down to the nitty gritty coming down in the last, next 4 or 5 weeks. But nonetheless, feel pretty confident. I know I could get it done. Just gotta stay out of the mayhem and just keep the fenders on it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can do what you did here tonight, and that's keep that 7 truck clean, I think you got a pretty good shot at moving along pretty deep into the championship run. I don't want to jinx you on anything, so we're going to kind of let things lay there. But congratulations here tonight, closing out the regular season here in season number 3 with the checkered flag, with the race win. So for the final time here in the regular season, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, and love yous? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Of course. As always, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Gear Attack, Goose Graphics, IRLC, Oot Renovations, Pro Cup, Racing Experience, Red Spoilers, Woodard Automotive, 1776 Motorsports, John and that team, for bringing me along and running them guys. It's, like I said in previous interviews, I can't be thankful enough for them guys. They're awesome. Honestly, I love running in this league. Being it my first time being, you know, uh, pretty much the quote unquote rookie. Just being new and everything to Colonial Clash. But again, I appreciate the John and that team for bringing me on, and that means a lot. And I've had a hell of a time this season. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Cody, again, congratulations on the final win in the regular season here in season number 3. And we'll look to see if we can't catch up with you at Pocono or maybe a few races after that. We'll see how you go through the postseason. But again, congratulations and enjoy this one. Until next time, my friend, stay safe, keep it fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, there you go. There you have it. Final few parting words from the man that walked away with the final checkered flag in the regular season here for the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series season number 3 championship racing right around the corner. We're going to kick things off at the Tricky Triangle next week. And it's going to be yet another barn burner, just like tonight we watched Cody Giles work his way to the front and walk away with the checkered flag. What a race, what a night here tonight from Auto Club Speedway for the Goose Graphics 130. And as producers hit those buttons in the background, it's time for us to give you some unofficial race results, walking away with the top spot. In that 7 truck, Cody Giles going to take the checkered flag. Troy Radford going to finish right behind him in second, and rounding out your top 3 on the podium, the 23 of Mark Parkhurst. Pole sitter Thomas Smalling going to walk away 4th here tonight. Brandon Pamatad back in 5th. 47 of Dustin Franklin. Gonna slide home in 6th. 7th goes to Thad Failer. John Garrett back in 8th with John Kudekunst in 9th. Rounding out your top 10, your fastest Ford in the field is 62 of Brandon Pike. Tyler Rex went from blowing up to showing up. Rex gonna walk away with 11th here tonight. Spencer Teal back in 12th. 35 of Wes Fuller finishes tonight's Goose Graphics 130 back in 13th. The 11 of Zachary Cleek gonna fall short on his post-season hopes. Cleek gonna finish tonight's race in 14th. Scott Baker right there in 15th. Guy Clem in the 37 gonna walk away 16th. The 4C of Todd Cleek finishes 17th. 18th tonight is the Woodard Automotive number 77 machine of Tyler Woodard. 19th from Auto Club Speedway, the 65 of James Oot with Juan Jimenez rounding out the 20 truck field here tonight. So that's going to pretty much do it for us in the booth. And we're going to get ready to cut off the cords and turn off the lights and head to Pocono for round 1 of the Season 3 Championship run. If you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, or family. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.